Hello guys, and welcome to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your GBHL host, GBHL Harry. And today I am doing my second hobby vlog, now that I've finally got into my new house and set up in my games room. So I thought just before I show you what I'm working on, I'll do a little tour of what's going on in here. Have a look. So we have, hang on, come to here, this is my hobby space. Nice crafting and hobby area for me and my girlfriend Sarah. We have a few Lord of the Rings things on the wall. Cheeky Braveheart sword. A 4x4 board here with a mat with some models on it. And we have over here the prize collection. Now these I got set up on my second day of moving in. Couldn't resist getting them all done. We have some Hobbitses, minus a few that are in my case at the moment for a few games. We have, going from little to large, we have the big models. So Ents that need working on, some Eagles that are done, and then some wizards, Radagast, Saruman and Gandalf. We have some cavalry, some Rohan, lots of Rivendell Knights, and some Minas Tirith. And then we have the Wosies, the Wosie army, and some elves, minus a few that are in use at the moment. What have we got down here? Go down to some Easterlings, and a very lonely Hunter Oak shelf, just because they're all in action at the moment. So we have just Bolgan Azog and a few Felwargs. And here, if we can see, not with any light here, I've got an old cabinet I brought from my last home, with a few prize painted models in it. A Thorin's Company that needs a lot of work, and an Evil shelf with a few things. Of course, many a Spider Queen, because we all had them. Some trolls and a very broken Fellbeast. No tail, no head, broken wings. You know, well used, I suppose. Okay, we'll come back round. We'll go over here to the hobby section. So you have my girlfriend's hobby models. Looking pretty good. Some Men of Dale got for Christmas. She's getting there with them. Her next project is some Riders of Rohan here. Now what am I got here? So, what I'm working on at the moment, we have Berserkers. Woohoo! So I seem to have a bit of an addiction of buying Berserkers for cheap on eBay at the moment. We've got, how many is there? 7 there. 7 in here that have just been stripped nicely. And then we've got Vrasku. Thank you to Dan Entwistle for him. Alerts, an Ugluk and a Captain. And over here, we'll come back to the table again. These are all eBay purchases, by the way. I've not bought anyone for brand new. We have 24 Scouts that I've just based and reaped and sprayed, and 20 Uruk-hai Warriors. Again, got really cheap on eBay, good deal, all in good nick. So it seems very much a theme at the moment with them Uruk-hai being done for one reason or another. I won't say too much more about that for now. You'll have to see whether they're going to make an appearance in the future. Yes, quite a few of them. Got a bit of my work cut out there. So as I'm still doing this on my phone, it's a bit difficult for me to pause, paint a load and then come back to it, because I don't know whether the picture would freeze and I don't know when I'm going to get to do the models. So I'll come and show you some that I have finished last week. Okay, so down here, I've got the fan up a bit. We have some Uruk-hai Warriors that I've just finished. They look pretty good, didn't spend too long on them. They look a bit silver from there, but yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Okay, and I do really like the models. I think because I'm more of a good player, I do like painting models that have got a bit more, I don't know what to say, but neatness about them. I think with orcs, when they're all rags and different bits, I don't like it as much. I like doing models in blocks, so they all got similar parts. So Uruk-hai fit quite well for Evil for that for me. I think that's why I've got my Easterlings as well. But looking forward to getting these painted up as well. The Berserkers is my plan this week. This should be quite straightforward. So I've got 7 there, another 6 in the tray, that's 13. And my friend's got 5, so 18 Berserkers to do, which is going to be good fun. Pretty straightforward, I suppose, just a bit of flesh and then bringing out a bit of highlights and armour and weapons and whatnot. But I've never really used an Uruk-hai army. I was always Rohan against my cousins, Isengard. So it'd be good fun to get them together and play a few themed battles as opposed to Dwarves, I know I can still write a few competitive lists for these bad boys, because they are pretty brutal. And of course Varasky, who's just a beast. What else we got going at the moment? I made a load of custom bases. Spent a long bloody time doing these, but they come out okay. I've got some Minas Tirith to do with these. This is just green stuffed over and then scored them with pen or with a knife and highlighted them. And then to go on them, I've got a load of Minas Tirith again, which is quite a common theme at the moment. But as you see, I've done a bit of converting on them. If you'll stand up, they have a bit of a sash going around them, and I can't decide whether I want to dare myself enough to make some cloaks and have them all of Osgiliath veterans, because finally, now I'm in this house, I've collected all my models together and worked out how many I've got, and I didn't realise I already had 100 Warriors of Minas Tirith of one form or another, and I bought these guys brand new, so I may then convert these into veterans. So I've got one like elite unit, and then the rest of just the Minas Tirith. Yeah, I know that Damien did this at the beginning of the year and wrote a few lists of like what models he has and what he's had painted. And I spent a bit of time going through all my good models and writing what's painted and what's not. So you can see there I've got 137 elves and 85 of them are painted. Dwarves, 64 out of 92. Rohan, 70 out of 89. Gondor, there we go, I've got 161 models. 130 are painted, which is not too bad. And a ridiculous amount of 23 Knights of Minas Tirith. Don't know when I've accumulated that many or why, but at least it would be good for doing some Siege of Gondor scenarios maybe at some point. And then Free Peoples, 147. I think a big chunk of that is Hobbits and Woses, to be fair. But then you've got your mix and match heroes and whatnot. So I think it was, for good, it was like 650 models and like 480 or something painted, which ain't too bad. I think I've painted them over the last 10 years, so some are in better condition than others. So I may just go back and touch some up, but Siebes for now. I think I've got enough stuff on my plate, and I'm not the fastest painter. I think the 10 of them took me a week, painting here and there when I had the time. I think the Berserkers, I say, will be quicker, so it shouldn't be too bad. And then just that big chunk of the other 40 to do. The only thing I'm missing, if you haven't noticed, is crossbows, because crossbows seem to be a nightmare to get hold of. And as I'm a bit of an eBay hound, I don't particularly want to spend more than £4 on a metal model. But for crossbows, that seems to be the going rate, so I may have to resort to that at some point. If not, just buy the Finecast ones. Because as I say, I've got a few to do. But they should look really cool, I'm hoping, when they're all done. I kind of can't wait. But obviously you've got to pay them to make them look good. And that takes a while. Jamie's recently done, I don't know if he's done a vlog, of the Uruk-hai Scouts. Because I was debating whether to spray him brown and then pick up the other bits. But Jamie's looked really cool, to be fair. And he said he sprayed them black and picked it out and he really enjoyed doing them. They've got quite, considering they've been painted once before. And I've sprayed them since. The detail's still pretty good on them. So I reckon I should have a bit of a fun time playing them. And I really, really want to do an Amon Hen scenario. I know it's been done to the death, but even just for my own play with my mates and stuff, it would be good fun to do. Because they're not as tough as the Uruk-hai Warriors, because they're not obviously being defense 6, so everyone's killing them on 5s in combat, which makes them a bit more flexible to play with. And not as good. They're not very competitive, I don't think. But you never know. I think making a force competitive also means you practice with them well and knowing their strengths and weaknesses and knowing how to use them in certain situations. I can't quite think I can use these competitive. I think the ones that didn't have shields like this guy, if you could use them two-handed of some form or some extra bonus of going defense 4, I'd do it. Otherwise, I'd always be tempted to give him a shield. I know it's a point. I mean, that's the difference, that you can get them slightly cheaper. But they should have after now, so maybe some other bonus to make you use them a bit more. The archers ain't bad, because they're 4+ to hit. And if you get a good group of them, with like Lurtz or Vrasku, you're not doing too bad. And I think they're better than most archers in Evil. Obviously, apart from Harad and whatnot. But in terms of Orcs and Orcs and Goblins, they ain't bad. But I suppose you're paying a bit more for the points on them. So yeah, and I think I'd always use crossbows over bows. But while I've not got any crossbows, make the most of using the scouts. So I'm trying to think what else I want to talk about. Yeah, well, I'll probably just whether I do another vlog in a week's time and showing what progress I've made. I don't know, because I say it is a bit of a nightmare doing this on my phone, because I just can't really show you the before and after, other than showing you ones that can be completed. I could do it with pictures maybe. If people want me to do it with pictures, I can just put pictures up as I go along. I don't really like taking pictures of unfinished models, because believe it or not, they're not finished, and I don't think a model looks good until he's completely done. Ooh, some of these need a bit of a spray, an undercoat underneath. Has anyone ever found this, by the way? I don't know if you can see on this guy, he's got a bit of a greyish shimmer, and I don't know if that's because I stripped them and then sprayed them in the same evening, or the fact that when I sprayed them I left them outside for like 3 hours. But they've gone like, black's gone like a really, you can compare Verascu there. Yeah, this guy looks a lot lighter, and believe it or not, that guy has been sprayed. This guy here. So, I don't know what the cause of that is. If anyone knows, it'd be cool to know. But yeah, I'm hoping to get the Aurochs up within a month. Get them all done. Bit of a big ask, because I've got other things to prep for. Tournament in 3 weeks' time, which is the Journey of the Ring, and I've not decided what I'm using for that. And if I do, no one's knowing, because it's going to be quite a competitive event for me. I feel I need to do quite well. And I'm going a long way, so I want to do well. So we shall see. And that's good and evil, so I may dabble a bit. Alright guys, I think I'll call it there, because otherwise I'm just waffling on about stuff I've probably already talked about. Looking forward to hearing any comments or praise or criticism for the way I'm doing my vlogs, because I know they're a bit different, and I say I can't really show a before and after. But I think my idea is I want my Aurochs to come out at this standard, and I think these guys look pretty good. Looking on camera, they do look a bit silvery, because I did the metal by Timbits, and well, it's not even Timbits now. What's the bronze called? Yeah, Warplock bronze, and then dry brushing them with lead belcher. I think inking them, and then bringing them with the what's the chainmail colour, and well with the old paints. I can't remember what the new one's called. I don't know, because even them, they do look quite bright for Urukai, but I still think they look cool. They're obviously fresh out of production in Isengard. Their armour's all pretty clean. They're not too tatty and dirty yet, as opposed to how the scouts definitely need to look a bit dirtier. Yes, and a big debate. So I'm just thinking of the game stuff like that. Between your 4 heroes here, so you've got Ugluk, you've got Captain, you've got Lurtz, and you've got Grishnak. You've not Grishnak, you've got Verascu. Who do you think is the most viable? Who would you always take? And who would you make your general? Because obviously they're all defense 5, other than your captain. He gets up to defense 7, but then he lacks the extra might point, and he is a captain. I don't really want to have a captain as my general when I've got people like Lurtz and Verascu in. I think Verascu's always good because he stays hidden, stays at the back of the board, but he gets trapped by strength 3 guys, and he would die pretty quick. So yeah, thoughts on that, guys? This is obviously opposed to taking Saruman, because you can take those 3 almost at the same price as you pay for Saruman, and that's 9 might, which is significantly better. Obviously the other shout is Mahir. I don't know. But then, he's good for scouts, but I don't know, I need to get hold of him at some point. And I really want a Sharku. I think that's the only thing I haven't got from our Aurochs now. We'll be getting a Sharku, if I can, the old metal Warg Riders that came out early, because they were cool models. A Crossbowman, and some Siege Ballistas, because they're always fun. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this hobby vlog. I've got 40 minutes, so it's not too bad for time. Yeah, leave some comments, it'd be much appreciated. And to finish with the sign-off, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. Support the other GBHL hosts, whatever they're doing. Say in the links below, yeah, because I think I can copy and paste them in. Support your hobby, guys, and happy strategy battle gaming.